Hello, my friend. Thanks for coming and check this out. Today video I'm gonna talking about the text behavior. We don't need a title background. I'm gonna delete this one, and we have a one text here. You can delete this one. I'm gonna delete this one as well, and I'm gonna write it down. Click on the text and write it down. Please subscribe and like. As you can see here, we write it on one text behavior, text on the canvas. We're gonna go in for the center it out, and we're gonna go in for text and put the size a little bit big, and we're gonna center it here as well. As you can see here, we have one text here, hold our timeline, and nothing happened on there, just sitting here. Today we're gonna introduce the text behavior. I'm gonna go in for the sum of the text behavior and the behavior, and those one is gonna be text behavior. Text behavior is pretty powerful in the motion. You can do a lot of things, but I'm gonna basic one. I'm gonna go in for the last last six one, and then end of the video I'm gonna talking about the sequence text only. I'll leave it in the timeline. If you want to skip to the end of the video, you can do that and see this sequence text only. But I'm gonna talking about the sum of those one, and that is like a kind of this basic text. Basic is gonna be when they apply on the text, we're gonna be we introduce the sum of them, but you can go in for yourself and do it by yourself, and it's a lot of fun in there. You can find it out easy in there. We're gonna go in for the text. First one, I'm gonna go in for the arrange in. When they press the arrange in, as you can see here, we have a one text is on this timeline. We're gonna go in for the the arrange inside our canvas, right? It's pretty like it's really nice and thing, but you can on the anchor point you can change your what's the degrees you want to do that, and you can play with this one to get a better result. As you can see here, when they're it has a really fun in there. As you can see here, that is really amazing to use this one. And I'm gonna go in for you can add a parameter as well. Is you can go in for the opacity. If you play with the opacity, as you can see here, when the text pops up, is kind of the opacity is being included. Even you can add some of the, for example, going for the rotation, and we're gonna go in for the anchor point and change our rotation on this way. You can play with this one, and what's your best result is, as you can see here, it's pretty like it's up to you which one would you like to use. But you have a control as well. You can go in for the direction forward, backward, or as you can see here, its direction is from the back is coming, and write it on our canvas. And if you put it on the forward, you're gonna go in for the from the forward. And if you want to go in for the 2, is gonna be, as you can see here, is gonna be pops up from the back. Normally this one is gonna go into the end of our timeline, and when the text is gonna be it's gonna be out of the our template, is gonna be use this one for the 2 sequence 2. It's pretty much same as text sequence, but it's different mode. I'm gonna use different. I'm gonna go in for the next behavior, next text behavior. I'm gonna go in for the blur in, and as you can see here, that is one of my favorite actually. You can blur in, and you can play with the anchor point as well, and even you can make it like a really nice, and that is one of my favorite text behavior and the motion. And next one I'm gonna go in for example, I'm gonna go in for the popping. That is one of my favorite as well. As you can see here, when you apply the behavior, text behavior, it's gonna be one of the parameters coming, and you can apply them the format, or you can apply the opacity. What's the opacity would you like to, and it's completely up to you. You can play with those one to get a better result, and you can play with the parameter, which parameter you want to include this one. For example, I'm going to rotation, and as you can see here, that is kind of the rotation is being, I just want to turn the rotation. That is sort of the rotation is going to be applied on this one here. And you can play with the Z rotation, and you can play with the X rotation. As you can see here, that is final result. It's not really like a best one, but you can play with this one and they get a better result. The next one that I'm gonna talking about is this one. As you can see here, this text behavior, it's pretty like a, is include a lot of that is preset for us, include a lot of parameter, a lot of behavior is mixed together to get this one. As you can see here, that is pretty like a complicated behavior that is apply on it, and get this one. I'm gonna delete this one, and you can for sure you can apply with any of those one and play with those one to get a better result. And I'm gonna go in for the next one. I'm gonna like it. That is not really like a favorite. As you can see here, the text is dancing in the middle of the canvas. That is pretty good to have a like a kind of the mix it with the other text behavior on the timeline. For example, I'm gonna write it on this one. For example, I'm gonna go in for the text basic and blur in, and this one when the blur in, right, I'm gonna put it this one on the end of this one, and as you can see when the blur in, this one is gonna be dancing on the canvas as well. That's pretty good if you want to play with those one and they get a best one. And you can for sure you can play with the format, position, and whatever you like. Rotation, even you can apply for the rotation as well, a scale, and play with those one as well too. And final thing that I'm gonna go in for, this one is pretty crazy. The last one is pretty crazy. It's really funny actually. If you go into the some of them, it's like a puffy up. It's really good actually. But as you can see here, but pretty like a amazing. That is really nice. As you can see here, that is puff art is include a lot of thing, a lot of keyframe is being set it on here too. As you can see here, you can play with those one as well to get a better result, right? And I'm gonna delete those one. It's really cool stuff in the text behavior, and it's subtitle. It's that is pretty fun too. It's coming as a different word, but it's mixed, and the end of them is gonna be pretty subscribe and the like. And I'm gonna go in for the one more thing that is apply, and this one is pretty like a nice if you want to use this one for the include the light. We're gonna going for the 3D later on, and we're going to the light and 3D later on. And we introduced the 3D and light, and I'm gonna going for the shimmer as well. It's pretty nice, actually. It's really nice. You can play with them a lot and make a lot of customized parameter for yourself, and that is really nice. But I'm gonna stop this one. You can play with the rest of them with yourself and find it out what this one is. And the last one and the most important part that we are really working with them, the text animation, on the text animation, and sequence text. That is sequence text, right? This is really powerful text behavior on the motion, and this one has a lot of function you can customize on your own and play. As you can see here, when you like a added sequence text, it's nothing happen on the text, is nothing happen for it. But that is when you're going for the other format. I'm gonna going for the some of them and introduce the some part, and you can play with that one with yourself and find it out what's the story behind the sequence text is. That is really powerful, and you can do whatever you like. Most of the text behavior on the here made by the sequence text, and you can push you can apply anything and go for the best result for yourself. For example, I'm gonna going for the introduce this one for you. First, we're gonna be parameter. That is, you need to apply the parameter at first for the text to get a better to be applied on the text, right? This is sequence when the wanna start from there. For example, if you want a text is been a start, right? I'm gonna shorten this one and play O for the cut it, and I'm gonna apply the one parameter on the position. I'm gonna start from the here, right, out of the canvas. When they apply, we're gonna go in for the see the text is written down on the position on the our canvas, right? Now we're gonna go in for the text is as much as it's gonna be coming inside our canvas, it's gonna be outside our canvas too. We're gonna go in for the behavior and going for the text animation and apply another sequence text in here. I'm gonna go in for the end of the and press I to trim it in the end, and I'm gonna go in for the next one. I'm gonna add a again position, and that is sequence from. I'm gonna sequence 2, and I'm gonna slide it outside our canvas. As you can see here, I just need more to completely outside our canvas, going outside our canvas a little bit more, or maybe 3000 something. As you can see here, sequence text is completely going outside our canvas. Now we're gonna go in for the describe some of the thing for you, and I'm gonna going for the add a more parameter under this one. As you can see here, we have a one sequence as I said to you, from the to and the from and the true and the true invert. That is pretty much same as to and from, but is gonna be different. I'm gonna going for the in the future, I'm gonna going for the those two as well. Is animated. If you want to, for example, if you want the text is slided in there, right? based on the word, you can base on the word, based on the character, and based on the character without the space. You know, it's completely up to you which one do you choose. And the custom and the start, that is kind of the keyframing, or it's kind of the those one. It's gonna be like a start and end. It's gonna be, it's kind of the like a dance in the like your takes, and you can play with those one to get a better result. I'm gonna go in for the put it on the character. Maybe I'm gonna go in for put it on the word. Is much more better, I reckon. Please subscribe and like, and you can see here. And direction, we're gonna go in for the, if you want a direction from the backward, start from the forward, start from here. And when I put it on the backward, start, the text is start from the like. And from the forward, text is a start from the place, right? That is different between those one. And the center to end is gonna be, at first center is coming to, and is gonna going for the end to the center, and first end and then center. And if you put it on the random, it's gonna come in completely random on there. It's completely up to you, and you can change the random speed too. That is good for when you put it on the, based on the like a kind of the character, and that one is pretty good for that one. And the change the speed, I'm gonna put it on the forward for now. And if you want to like put a loop, it's kind of, when I put a loop is, I just want to put a loop on the for two only. As you can see here, it's 2 times looping for the write it on the text on the canvas, right? Is 2 times loop. I'm gonna put it on the 1 for now, and this one is gonna be applied a speed for it. And this one is you can play with those one for now. And that is glow, is gonna be put a glow. I'm just wanna go in for the glow as well. And next one, I'm gonna go in for the another parameter. I just wanna add the opacity as well for this one. As you can see here, we have a 1 position plus 1 opacity. I'm gonna put a play on the maybe 0, 7. As you can see here, because our text is pretty much like a far from there, it doesn't show that much. I'm gonna put it on the, doesn't show the opacity in there. But if you put it like a text on the here, and turn opacity to 0, right? Just want to put it down here. As you can see here, the text is pops it in when has the low opacity on the 15%, then coming to the sitting on the position. And I'm gonna go in for the put a rotation as well. And if you put a rotation, the text is gonna be rotate on here before sitting here. That is pretty like a good for the going for the I'm gonna reset this one, and it's good for the write it down like that, and put a position on the Y and not far, but the text is sitting here, and then pop it on the position. Even you can add a lot of parameter on this one. Even you can glow and play with the glow that is put it on here, and you can add a blur as well if you want to put a blur as well, and you just going for the blur and add a blur too for that one too. As 8 is not enough for, maybe I'm gonna go in for the, as you can see here, the text has a blur before pop it on there. Now we're gonna go in for the make a one together, and how to use it. I'm gonna make a really simple text sequence. I'm gonna go in for the, I'll delete those, the last one, because we play a lot of them. And we're gonna go in for the text animation and the sequence text. I just want to go in for the add a parameter as a format position, and I'm gonna drag it this one here, and I'm gonna go in for the add another one. I'm gonna go in for rotation. I'm gonna go in for the put it on the -45, and I'm gonna go in for the add another one, going for the scale, and I'm going for the scale for the 110, and I'm gonna go in for the another one is going for the face four corner, and open the face four corner, and I'm gonna play with the bottom. I'm gonna put a random number here and see what we're gonna get. And we pretty much, I'm gonna play a random number, and you can do it by yourself and get a best number for yourself and save. And as you can see here, the those one is the when the gonna go S is coming, it's completely rotated and on the pretty much like a Z axis, and pop it on the text. And one more thing that I'm gonna add it to this one, I'm gonna go in for the add and add a blur, a face blur, and I'm gonna put a blur as a maybe like a this maybe 12, 20 should be okay, and pretty much a lot, I reckon. I'm going to put it on the 2. Don't affect our a lot on that. And as you can see here, we have a little bit blur. As much as the blur doesn't affect our thing, it doesn't pops up on the there. That is perfect. And one more thing that I'm gonna add oh, for now it's okay. And if you want to put a press the O for the sitting here, as you can see here, when the play is gonna be really nice animation on the based on the sequence text is been sitting on there, and when even you can play with the word and play with that one too. It's really nice and really amazing sequence text that we get on the text. And you can even duplicate it and put a copy on the end, and from this one going to the 2, and it's completely going away. That is final result. I don't want to really play with this one because we're gonna learn a lot of things with this one, and that this is really nice animation that we can play with that one and get a lot of thing out of it. Sequence text, it's really powerful text behavior that we can use it. That is a really basic one that we make it under this one, but we can play with this one and get a lot of out of it. And thank you so much for watching. If the added value to you, please smash the like button. I'm gonna tell you about the motion and Final Cut Pro, a lot of things that is nobody tells you in any channel. And thank you so much. If you have any comment, feedback, leave it in the comment for me. I'll try to answer it and get it done. Thank you so much and see you next time, guys.